Good morning and welcome to Seeking Being. Today we're going to talk about archetypes in not in the frame of conflict resolution yet. I want to make certain that people understand what archetypes are and the fact that we use them all the time, just not necessarily with our knowledge or awareness, and that when we become present and reflective and ask ourselves the questions that start with the question what um, allows us to become aware of the archetype that we're currently using, and ask ourselves the question is this something that is for my best and highest good and for the best and highest good of the people that I care about. So archetypes are all around us. We use them all the time. We see them. We watch them when we're watching movies and when we're reading books. We read about archetypes. We just may not have the labels with them, but they're what makes the story connect with us. And the archetype is a role that a person is playing. And we all play roles. We're mothers, we're fathers, we're workers, we're activists, we're grandparents. It's one of the roles I play as a grandparent. We are guides, right? That's a role that I play when I am here trying to educate you, the people who watch my videos, about archetypes right now. And so a typical archetype when in a movie that we watch is, there's usually a hero archetype, and that is a person who has to overcome some sort of trouble or challenge in their journey, and in order to have a hero, you have to have something go wrong. You have to have a person or an animal or some sort of monster that creates this helps to create the challenge, and that tends to be the villain archetype, right? So we've got a hero, we've got on a journey, and we've got some sort of villain, and the hero has to overcome whatever challenge is being played out in their lives in order to survive or thrive or reach victory, right? And this is something we see all the time. It plays out almost in every TV show, in every book we read, in every movie we watch. And we have warriors, and we have princesses, and we have damsels, and princesses. Every Disney movie, almost every Disney movie, has a princess and some sort of villain, the evil queen, and the horrible stepmother. So these archetypes are here, and they help us create story, and human beings use story to make meaning, to connect with one another. And so these stories are a good thing. They help us learn and grow and connect to our hearts, and sometimes challenge the way we think. We often like to cast a person in the role of the villain, and then we get to think that they're an evil, negative person completely. And that is not true. No one is completely evil, and no one is completely good. We are all capable of both good and evil. And the key is knowing, being present, and knowing which archetype you are currently inhabiting. When you become aware, when you bring yourself present. And one of the easiest ways to bring yourself present is to take a breath. And when you take a breath and you take a sense your body, you know you are in the present moment. And then you can ask yourself a reflective question about, what role am I playing? And is the role I'm playing going to get me what I really want? And sometimes the best question you can ask is, what is it I really want, right? So what do I really want? And is the role I'm currently playing going to get me there? And if the answer is yes, then you proceed. And if the answer is no, like, this is a habit pattern that I repeat all the time. Maybe I love the victim role and I'm always looking for somebody else to fix me or save me or whatever. Then you get to stop and ask yourself, is this role going to get me what I want? Or is there another role that I need to take on? Do I need to become my own warrior? Do I need to become my own advocate, an advocate for myself? Do I need to become my own protector and protect myself by creating boundaries for other people? And when you stop and you ask those questions of yourself, you get to change patterns of behavior. Patterns that when you are just letting your ego run the show, repeat again and again and again, in the deja vu experience of, oh, here I am again, right? When you're seeing the deja vu of, here I am again, I'm about to do this thing, and it's going to have this negative outcome. It's not what I want. Becoming present, choosing a different archetype of a plethora of them. There are a massive amount of them to try for. And you can educate yourself and you can choose a different archetype. And that's powerful. That stopping and reflecting and choosing something different is claiming power. And when you claim your power, you get to have a different outcome. Sometimes things don't always work out exactly the way you thought you wanted them to, but you were involved in the choices and you were aware of the choices you are making. And that's what understanding archetypes and thinking about them and recognizing what's happening and specifically claiming. So in the next video, I'm going to talk about three archetypes that turn up in conflict again and again and again. And I'm going to talk about the archetypes to switch to get yourself out and have a different outcome from the conflict. And thank you for your time. I have to always ask that I support myself based on Seeking Being, and this content will be released on Seeking Being first, and a month later made available to through social media. And so if you want to learn about what I'm doing and be ahead of the curve of everyone else, go to my site on Patreon, Seeking Being, and become a member, and therefore get the content I create ahead of schedule. And thank you so much for listening, and I hope you pick archetypes that serve you well. Thank you. Bye-bye.